Hello, my loves. Amanda writes, My husband is perfect in most of the right ways. We've been married for 3 years, and through it all, he's been funny, honest, caring, considerate, and he gets along with my family really well. But he has one flaw. He's not exactly creative in bed. He tries really hard to please me, but over time, he's fallen into sexual patterns that have gotten pretty boring. He's not much into foreplay and doesn't like to have sex in positions other than missionary or doggy style. The problem is that I have a wild imagination and I'm a curious person. I want us to start lowering our sexual boundaries and start experimenting with different positions and kinkier play, but I don't want to come on too strong or too fast and intimidate or confuse him. I'm the same person that he married. I just want our sex life to evolve. What's your advice? Well, first off, I have to commend your husband on being able to bone in more than one sexual position, Amanda. I've known more than a few men who were way too content with laying on top of me like some sweaty frog and pumping away for 10 minutes without so much as a kiss, while I laid underneath them with fantasies of being stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey by The Rock or Triple H. Variety is the spice of life. Without it, life becomes dull, it becomes meaningless, and sometimes suddenly full of bitter sarcasm. That's something you seem to know all too well within your mind, and it's wonderful to hear that you want to change something in your relationship that's not tickling your fancy anymore. You know what you want, and you're determined to make it a reality, and that's more than what many can say about the trajectory of their own relationships. You didn't specify what kinds of kinks make you wet, though. But if you're itching to explore the territories of bondage land or the united slave and master states of pleasure and pain, I'd like to mention that some people just aren't cut out for that kind of thing. They call it extreme out in the streets for a reason, darling. If that's your ultimate goal, then far be it from me to tell you not to try to lure your husband into the dark. Just don't be too disappointed if it turns out that your husband doesn't want to spit in your mouth or knock you out with a chokehold. In that case, you may need to have a serious discussion with him about exploring that side of your sexuality with other people. At the end of the night, though, you want to transform your husband into a lover with a different state of mind. A mind more feral, more unapologetic, more possessive when your juices are flowing and more willing to flip you from position to position until your world is spinning uncontrollably. And that can be done, but it's always done best when chipping away at his psychological foundations. Think of what I'll recommend as a reprogramming of sorts. And if you're successful, then you'll have brought to life someone just as hungry as you for sexual fairness and diversity. Your husband watches porn. And if he doesn't watch porn, then he sneaks a few wanks at work or when he's alone at the house to pictures of porn stars. And if not them, then possibly pictures of your friends. Regardless, he has kinks that you don't know about. Perhaps he's into MILFs, maybe interracial. Maybe he has a secret fetish for water sports. And if you don't know what that is, then I highly recommend you Google it. It's not half bad, actually. What I want you to do is set up an evening for the two of you to watch porn together in bed. You don't have to fuck at all. As a matter of fact, I ask that you don't during this step, and I want your husband to know that beforehand. I want you to play the porn on a television or a computer monitor. Just do it in a way that will allow you to cuddle with him while you watch and absorb what happens on screen. Let him pick the porn, and make sure that you emphasize he can watch whatever he wants. Do this for a few nights, just in case he doesn't show you the depths of his carnal depravity at first, and then tell him that you want to reenact some or all of what he's played for the two of you. You'll do this for 2 reasons. The first is to reinforce the fact that he can be as sexually open and honest with you as possible without being judged. And the second is to get him used to and excited about the idea of doing depraved things with you in the privacy of your hallowed home. I say depraved with quotes and unquote because there are those in our society who find the idea of being sexually fluid with their partner repulsive or inappropriate, a way of thinking that may have slightly infected his mind. But it's important for you to demolish those ideas if you want to transform your man from the inside. Make no mistake, honey, your man is a pervert. All men are, to varying degrees. What you have to do is make it easy for him to reveal that side to you, so that a new era of sexual bliss is easily accessible for the pair of you. Eventually, after watching porn with your husband has taken on a flavor of normality, you will introduce your own kinks to him and request to watch them together. From there, you will ask him to reenact what you desire, and the flame will burn however it may. Just remember that this isn't a process that will find success overnight. You will need to be patient and sensitive to the feelings of your husband. Despite the fact that we're, and by we're I mean us men, are drooling dogs who want to stick their dicks into anything shaped in a gaping circle and dripping wet, we still have feelings. Use discretion when necessary, and remember, never give up on what you want in your relationship. This is the only life we've got, and you deserve to live it as happily and as satisfied as possible. But what do you think, guys and gals? I don't know everything. I can only say what I feel and what I know. Never forget that your comments, married to my words, could impact a stranger's life for the better, so don't hesitate to do so. Until next time, my loves. And I hope this helped, Amanda. Good luck out there. It's hard for a yearning heart.